especially rivalry among three major powers: China, Russia, and US in Central Asia. That is commonly known as a new great game among three great giants, three superpower. India is not there. India is a regional power, but India is also involved in that. Tomorrow's lecture is based on that, 10 to 11. You will get some perspective, regional perspective, that how US is involved in Central Asia, being a powerful country and far from the geo space of Central Asia, but how much it is active. So we will discuss that and how Americans came there after 9/11 and now they are making mark also, and there is a rivalry going on among China, Russia and US. So in this way we are going to discuss tomorrow's class. Today I will continue my class. If Bota want to say something, she can in between tell. I think I will share one video which also discuss about the progressive era diplomacy, which covered big stick diplomacy, which covered dollar diplomacy, and which cover moral diplomacy or missionary diplomacy. So these three things we discuss, and we discuss about Woodrow Wilson, because after a long time you can say that Republicans president were there in America, and after a long time Woodrow Wilson became president from the Democrat side, but he tried to follow the similar to old traditional policy of America, that is isolationist policy. But in initial phase of his foreign policy, World War I started, and he tried to make America keep outside the World War I. But suddenly what happened? America intervened in the war. Two narratives I discuss in the class. One narrative is obviously we discuss about that what were the sudden reason why America intervened in the war. I discussed in last class. And the second narrative is the strong arm industry. They pressurized government to take the decision to intervene in the war. And that's why this narrative is also, and we discuss about the Senator Nye, how he interpreted it, that this is not something related with what happened with Germany, Mexico and all these. So rather the lobbying group, especially arms industry, they had a strong pressure on American president, and finally American president decided to intervene in war. Another important thing happened which we have to understand, because after the war, I discussed that when he came to as a president, he was not assertive like you can say that Roosevelt or Taft were there. They were talking too much about big stick diplomacy. They are assertive. They want role of military and economy to pressurize other countries. But rather, this person is more talking about the peace, democracy, and other things, and against the colonial rulers. That's why I discussed that this is something where American exceptionalism started. When I will discuss more about American exceptionalism, I think it started from moral diplomacy onwards. Another important thing is once after the First World War, he came with the 14 points and came with the idea of League of Nations, because this organization will make the world order peaceful, and he tried to not to go for another war. That is a major thing. But Senator declined it. Senators declined whole idea of Versailles Treaty and joining League of Nations. The major question is why American didn't join the League of Nations, and we had a discussion yesterday in class why American didn't join the League of Nations. So if you see here points, we already discussed yesterday that what are the major reasons, and I got some of the good response from your side. But I think if we can summarize, these 4 points are very important to mention why America didn't join League of Nations. Another thing, one particular cartoon I got it in morning, so I changed the slide. What I took yesterday, I changed little bit in morning. That you can see this is America, and all the sides, other nations, foreign nations, Europeans, all are pulling America to come and join there, because you are the father. Woodrow Wilson initiated a League of Nations, and now senators are saying, no, you can't join the League of Nations. So that's why, but this whole image has a lot of interpretation that why America doesn't want to join League of Nations, and senator declined the idea of joining League of Nations. First, we'll discuss these 4 points, then I will come to this particular cartoon, and we'll try to understand what is actually what this cartoon and the author discuss about this cartoon. First thing is, if you see, because of civilian casualties, it is too much, and you can see till now after the independence, America didn't involve in war, direct war. Spanish-American War is the first war where they were winner. First time they went to New World, so-called New World, which is given by the Monroe, and they fought with European powers. Though American alliance won the war, but still if you go through the casualties, that many people, many Americans died, were killed in this particular war. Yeah, you people are coming regularly.
Hi everyone, my name is Atharva. I am from CSA. I am just here to make a small announcement about this event that we are having called Ground to Glory. So Ground to Glory is basically a pan-university sports event where we have two primary sports of football and basketball. For football, we have the resident fees is 900 per team. It has to be a 7+2 team, that is 7 players playing, including the goalkeeper and 2 substitutes. It can't be a mixed team, so it has to be one separate team for boys and one separate for girls. For basketball, the registration fees is 700 rupees, where the format is 5+2, that is 5 players playing and 2 players substitute, and that the mixed team is mandatory for 3 boys and 2 girls playing, and 1 guy and 1 girl substitute. All the funds that all the money that we collect go to a noble cause of the child sponsorship program that we have at the CSA. Last year we managed to raise enough funds to sponsor more than 25 children's education, and this year we are aiming for even more. So I hope that all of you will participate in this event. It's going to be a very fun event, and we get to be the best team of the university, and the individual extent is the best scorer, best goalkeeper, best assist, etc. And it's just a very fun thing to do in the campus. It's the biggest one of the biggest sports events at the university. So I hope that all of you will participate and put your foot in for this noble cause. We have the CR one.
Go CR.
Football
No. 2 others CR. 1 CR has to go and discuss. Okay.
And do you play yourself?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Which sport?
Name, number, and task. I play basketball and I play football as well. But I majorly play cricket. Me then.
Go. Okay, fine. So now.
This is more important than Woodrow Wilson.
No. Okay, come somewhere. Now, first point is, first time American face casualties or collateral damage in war. And that's why American public opinion also against the Wilson's intervention in First World War. And that's why this public opinion also mattered for them, because in America, election matters a lot. In every 4 years and every 2 years, they have a House of Representative election, Senate election. So that's why American public opinion also against to the war and against to join this League of Nations, because they are thinking that if they will join again Europe, it is going to be problem for them. And first time a lot of Americans were killed. So that's why this casualty they are against to that. Second thing, obviously, are isolationism. They are thinking isolationist is the best policy for America, rather intervening. We are getting repercussions from the war. Our people died there, and it is because of Europeans. It is not because of Americans. And that's why, again, this is another reason America has to return back to isolationism, and that's why they decided not to join League of Nations. Third point, if you see, that economy, business, they know because of the World War I, European economy is completely ruined. And American understand if American involved in European affairs and League of Nations, they have to fund huge amount of money to restructure the economy and rebuild the economy. Americans were rational during that time because in long term they know that it is going to be a problem for Europe to come again in similar pace of economy. Because economy is gone down because of World War I. And if Americans were there in League of Nations, it is Americans' responsibility to pay them, to help them. And that American doesn't want because during that time, because America knows that this fact that if they are involved too much, their economy is going to be affected by the Europe because of the Europeans. And that's why that is another reason why they don't want to join the League of Nations. Fourth point, if you are saying, you see that it is a very costly venture. It is not only the casualties sense, rather economy, business and everything. They know that it is very costly to join the League of Nations. And a similar way like United Nations is formed, most of the agencies are funded by Americans only. And they know here also it is going to be Americans funded agency and that is going to be a problem for America. And that's why these are the reasons why America decided not to join the League of Nations. Some questions are there. Okay, one by one.
Sir, was the military industrial complex another factor that the Senate didn't ratify didn't ratify US joining the League of Nations, as this was perceived as an international organization which was supposed to maintain peace and stability across the globe?
The reason is American politics also. You can see Republicans are criticizing Woodrow Wilson because of intervention in First World War. And Senate declined because Democrats didn't have a number there. So obviously domestic politics also play important role not to join League of Nations. Not these 4 points, but obviously domestic politics also matters a lot because the major opponent political party, they are against Woodrow Wilson. They have to talk to the people in America, make a public opinion against the Democrats, and that's why obviously politics it is very much obvious. So that is also one reason why Republicans were against and they want to come back in power. That is also one reason why they declined here in Senate. Lot of reasons are there and you can't ignore the domestic reasons also. Yeah.
So wasn't this also the time for the first Red Scare during the Bolshevik Revolution, due to which basically America thought that if they were
that I am coming. I will come to immigration and then I will come to the Bolshevik and Bolshevik. That part I will cover, don't worry. Okay. He is talking about ideological factor which is involved. I will discuss definitely because from here a lot of new immigration policies came in America. So that's why we have to understand all these things. Now if you look, I am coming to the answer of what he is asking. First I will give introduction and then I will come to the answer. You can see between 1900 to 1920, approx 14.5 million people, immigrants came to United States of America. And especially Mexico, Europe, Eastern Europe, southern part of Europe, lot of people went to United States of America. This is also very important to know because now Americans realize that this much immigration is going to change the demography of America and it is difficult to manage for America for long term. And now America started relooking their immigrant policies. Because I discussed yesterday's class, if you remember, I discussed about the Mexican case with America. Lot of Mexican people, they are not happy with the government because they are not fulfilling their commitment and other things. That's why they are migrating towards the United States. And obviously southern part of United States, opportunities are there. It is industrialized, so they are getting many chances there to work. Rather employment is not there in Mexico. That's why immigration is taking place. But 14.5 million immigrants came to United States. That was alarming for United States, and that's why they started relooking their policies. And here we are going to discuss that why Americans they close the door for specific people, not for Western Europeans. First thing you have to understand, this immigration policy is not for the Western Europeans. Germany, France, Italy, all Western European countries, they are not involved in immigration. Rather, they were most of them they excluded Europeans, particularly Eastern and Southern Europeans and other Asians, because they allow not to allow them to go there.
And now you have to explain who are Eastern and who are Southern Europeans.
Yes. So now Eastern European, they all know. If you go to the map here, this is the Eastern European countries, and this is the southern part of country. USSR when disintegrated, the Eastern Europe part, like you can see here, all these countries, Ukraine, Romania, and Belarus, all are part of Eastern and Southern part of Europe. So my question is why they are against to them. Now I am coming to the answer of this question. What he asked, that why did a nation of immigrants suddenly turn against immigration? That is a question here. Then I will come. What is exactly reason is there? First one is anti-European feeling after World War I. After World War I, because I discussed that in Monroe Doctrine, why he came with the idea of New World Order. Because America is extension of Europe. They know that European problem is going to become the problem of Americans. If Europe something will happen, because their people are there, it is going to reflect in America. That's why their German diaspora is there, Spanish diaspora is there, Italians are there, French are there. So if some problem is happening in Europe, the repercussion you can feel in America, because it is extension of Europe only. The first thing, anti-European feeling is there. They don't want Europeans. I am not saying that immigration is only to stop European, Eastern European or Southern European. It is more towards the Eastern and Southern, but they don't want even Europeans also, because immigration was too much, and that's why they want to cut down the immigration. You can see a lot of countries, they are coming with new rules. In current scenario, you can say Rishi Sunak came with 4 or 5 days back. He said that we have to cut down immigration by 50%, because all the countries, they are feeling that it is a burden for them. If a lot of people are coming, unskilled people, and they are not helping economy, it is burden only. But during that time, a lot of other things are there why immigration policies are changed. One thing, obviously, it is because of anti-European feeling and isolationism, which American enjoy for 120, 30 years time, and they develop themselves. Now they are thinking that if Americans again involved there and these people are coming to the America and settle down, that is going to be dangerous for future. The first thing, anti-European feeling is there.
What about Soviets coming into power?
Huh?
What about Soviets coming into power?
I am coming to that point. This boy had to question that. Another important, I think I mentioned also in somewhere, organized labor believe cheap immigrants labor forced down wages. Another important thing, American secondary sector became very powerful in progressive era. If you remember, I teach progressive era, how it became very strong. And there are a lot of reformation took place in domestic politics, because they gave special privilege to labor class, giving wage rate became very high, because if you remember that cartoon in 1880s, it was showing that class division already existed in America. But now you can say that because of now organized labor in Europe and industry, secondary industry became powerful, people are getting proper wage rate in America. Now they realize that if immigrants will come, what will happen? They will work on cheap labor, and because of that, these laborers who all are getting proper wage rate, that will be reduced. That is a proper capitalism. If you are getting less wage rate people, you are getting for work, obviously you replace them. So that is another insecurity is there among the people in America, and that's why they didn't want any immigrants there to come. Another important thing is basic infrastructure is the railroads, there is also need of mass unskilled labor. So these unskilled people also, they have an insecurity that if immigrants are coming to America, they will replace them, and that is insecurity also pressurized government not to take the decision, because people will go against to the government. That is another thing. Now, another important thing which here we have to discuss, and then I will go to the ideological answer why this Bolshevik revolution and things matters for Americans and why they came to immigrants policy. Another important thing here immigration is, if you look Eastern and Southern Europe, they have this superiority and inferiority complex. Now the Western part of European always think that they are superior than Eastern part. Who all are first settled in Europe? In America, they are Western Europeans. That superiority complex also matter a lot, because they don't want these Eastern, and that's why immigration policy more targeted the Southern and Eastern Europeans, because Western Europeans, they are already established, their colony was there, and they know that they are superior than Eastern Europeans, and that's why they don't want Eastern European to come and mix with them. That is another reason, superiority and inferiority complex that is there. Last one is ideology, which you have to understand, because the radical political movement and ideology, that also play very important role, especially socialism. America is a hardcore liberalism, follow capitalism, and now enjoying the development. Getting my point? Because they started liberal ideology, complete capitalist ideology based on market economy. But what happened in 1970? Suddenly, first time Marxist revolution took place. And Russia, after the Russian Revolution, first socialist state came. That is one thing which is very important for American. Americans know that the industrialization is now in peak in America. What Marx said that revolution only possible when industrialization is in peak. America was in peak of industrialization, because Marx said that when it is a peak of industrialization, then class division will be. And class division will be bourgeoisie and proletariat. America know this fact that there is a strong class division in America. If you remember that particular image, I always discuss and refer to you people, because that image discusses that how American society divided on the basis of bourgeoisie and proletariat. Because when industrialization will come, obviously it is very obvious that class division will take place. Americans were very conscious that there is a revolution happening in Eastern Europe, in Russia, and if this happened here in Europe, in Russia, that will reflect, if Europeans are there, that particular ideology will go and convey these things that there is exploitation going on. And that ideology maybe bring one another stream against the system. They are very conscious about that. You can see 1930s, what first thing Hitler did, if you remember your IR theory or political theory, Frankfurt School and critical theory. What these theories are? Theories are very Marxist and neo-Marxist, you can say that, neo-Marxist. Two phases of theorists are there, Habermas, Marcuse and all these people. They were redefining Marxism in a very different way, where not economy matters, lot of other things they are bringing in. What 1930s Germany's establishment did, they said that these are the people who all are threat for German state. Let them first remove them from here. So that's why you have to understand that how ideology play very important role in any particular country. If it is strong, then it can mobilize the people against the state, against the system. And Americans are very conscious about that. Because when Bolshevik revolution took place, it changed entire world actually. It influenced entire world, each and every world. You can see China, 1921, they formed their own communist party. In 1925, India formed the communist party. Everywhere these communist parties are formed. And they are talking about they are always against the status quo mechanism. So that's why here Americans are very conscious, because they are thinking it is a question of stability. If these ideologies communist, anarchist or socialist ideology will come to America with these immigrants, this will mobilize the people, and if it once mobilize the people, it is going to be dangerous for them in future. Because it is question of the stability, and that's why they are re-looking the immigration policy. The holistic way, you have to understand the whole immigration policy. It is not only one factor which is there which suggests the American leadership to change the immigration policy, but a lot of varieties of reasons are there. One reason is obviously ideology. I think it is your question, this boy. He is busy talking. Huh? It's fine? Are any ask, no problem. Stand up and ask.
Just one more thing. Was there any foreign policy initiative as such in the form of some sort of legislature? Because I am not exactly sure, but I think there was some law or something which actually banned communism as a whole in US by the legislation. So that became some kind of a foreign policy initiative. I am not exactly sure, but that was some kind of a foreign policy outlook that Russia that was anti-Russian at that point of time by the Americans.
Oh, first thing, studies class I discuss about the revisionist historians. Why I discuss revisionist historian? It is very much relevant in the context of this particular immigrant policy. In first decade of 19th century, 20th century, approx, and date is not clear, I think 1904 or 5, Americans formed Communist Party. And that Communist Party is also discussing the similar way how other Communist Party are discussing. There are class division, bourgeoisie and proletariat division is there, all these things they are discussing. But somehow they are defending American mainstream parties, liberal and Democrats, Republicans and Democrats both. That actually the leadership from the Russia, especially Stalin, criticized a lot especially American Communist Party. They are saying they are nothing but the agent of the capitalism. Why they said this? Because they are saying they want to capitalist ideology to grow, and that's why they created a safety wall mechanism. Getting my point? And some criticism is coming, and they are saying we have also Communist Party, and they are also talking about, but we are coming to the reform. We are changing our system, and that's why we are surviving. Got my point? So they are telling the people rather these ideologies is existing in capitalist society also, but how they are fulfilling the demand of the people, and people are happy here. This is the question actually. The revisionist the historians, they are against to all the communist phenomena in America, because they are saying it is nothing but try to maintain the status quo. If you remember what British colonial masters did in India, why they formed Congress Party. There are a lot of historians wrote about Congress and safety wall theory. Safety wall theory. Bipin Chandra wrote a lot. Why Congress is created? Because 1885, most of the places, cities, there were a lot of agitation took place against the British colonial masters and British colonial policy. They are exposing everywhere about the British exploitation in India. That's why they came with the idea of the Congress, because Congress will somehow manage the British colony in India. That is why the historian used as a safety valve theory, because they created one parallel organization which is Indian, but they are thinking in terms of Britain only. They are not thinking in welfare of India, rather they are thinking more about Britishers. But what happened? It backfired to them, because all these people who joined Congress, they all are studied in London. They return back, they realize that the liberty, the freedom which is there in UK, that is very different here. We are completely marginalized. Rather, English people, they have too much liberalism and freedom, all these things. And that's why they started questioning, and Congress became the enemy number one for the Britishers. You can see, but here, similar way, how system work. System always work to make an alternative which suits them. For the public, they are saying we have alternative, but there is no alternative. Like in China, Chinese Communist Party is there, but lot of small political parties also there. If you read Chinese constitution, there are parties there in local level, but all the decisions are taken by CCP only on their behalf. They are showing the world we have multi-party system, but it is not. All the decisions are taken by whom? CCP. The similar way, you can see all the system work like that. In America also Communist Party came, but Communist Party somehow helping the capitalist mindset of America. The other thing, the question when coming any particular policy they came with, you can see after the Second World War, First World War, Woodrow Wilson came and initiated. I have one video, but I will not show it as a big video, approximately 10 minutes video. Though I will maybe sometimes when we are free, we will see that video, where he proposed immigration policy that is approved already. So it is there. They have a proper policy that is approved by both the houses of the parliament, and it is also signed by the president. It is there. So that's why they decided to cut down the immigration. Maybe they mentioned Mexico too, not European that much. Mexico, they have proper immigration policy after the First World War, but exactly they are not mentioning any country that they are going to stop them not to come. But indirectly it is there that they are going to stop Eastern Europeans, Southern Europeans, and the Mexican people to intervene, because a lot of factors are there. They are thinking that it will harm their own industry, their people will be unemployed, all these questions are there, and that's why it is there. The next video is there where I discuss about the immigration policy. Maybe I will share with Google Classroom because it is little bigger, and a lot of people discuss about that why immigration policies, new immigration policy came in America. That is all about the video. I will share in YouTube. You people go through and find out how it is different. Okay, policy. Now, the last point I will discuss till here only. Only 10 minutes I will finish this. Now, Republican again came into the power. After 8 years of Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding came in power. And this person actually gave the idea of American First. Now American politics is changing very drastically. The word American First, what is glamorized by Trump, is very old concept actually. That became very popular in 1920s, and this Republican president Harding, he actually introduced the idea of American First, the idea of American First. So he was senator, and during that time he addressed about in Boston about return to the normalcy. What is that? Return to the normalcy means that we have to return back to our roots. What our forefathers said, we have to return back again. And this is also isolationism again, because they are this particular president said that it is enough for America. America intervened in last 20-25 years in world affairs. Now we have to return back to our normal routine. Normal routine is what? Normal routine is isolation. But whether he maintained it or not, that is a major question I will discuss in the class. So this is something we have to know, that he discussed about we have to return back to the normalcy, and Harding is highest percentage of popular vote he got in presidential election, and he elected as a president, and he came with a lot of reform in American politics. Next class maybe I will discuss in that, but I want to discuss again. I have one very interesting video where Harding gave speech about return to normalcy, why America has to return back to isolation. That is when he was a senator, and because of that speech only, that speech played a very important role in American election. Later he became the president. So that's why this particular video maybe we'll see. Only this point I will discuss, and then we'll go to the next class. I will discuss in next class. Now after the First World War, let's think about America differently. And lot of new points emerge in American politics. That is, one thing is American first, America first. Now immigration policy is changed, and the new phenomena is started in America that is known as America first. America first is a very new, not very new concept. Generally we are thinking that America first came and when Trump came into the power in 2014. Rather, it is not correct. American first evolved actually in 1920s when Harding came into the power. This is the time which is known as a roaring 20s. Roaring 20s in history, American history, roaring 20s words are used. But people generally use in a very positive sense, but it is not positive. It is very negative actually. It ruined America, and America went to Great Depression. It is because of roaring 20s. They took a lot of loans from the bank, and America, Great Depression came in 1929-30. Rather, a lot of people in roaring 20, they discuss about how American society is changing, club culture, dance culture, people are enjoying, they are taking all the loans and everything. So we'll discuss the roaring 20s and what are the negative and positive effects of roaring 20s. We'll discuss. Why?
C form is what? I send all the C form I have to fill. Oh, that we will do. Now I will do and I will send.
Political science is like this, yeah, but see, like natural sciences, how interesting they are.
She's our HOD.
So that's a big exhibition.
This is international studies, our PG course.
Yours, yeah?
Yeah. They are students. They had a Central Asia class last year.
They had?
Yeah.
See who is there?
Putin and this
Zelensky.
Ukrainian.
Zelensky.
What is his name? Pronouncing is tough. Zelensky.
Zelensky. Like Zira.
Yeah.
Zira, not Gira.
So do you want to come inside?
Will come. Okay, see you.
Why do you choose those flags?
Actually, they did it. But because it's international relations department.
Yeah, but like Pakistan?
They're all mostly involved in the conflicts that have been going around. US is at the down because.
And what is this for?
I'm Belarus.
Is it?
I guess.
That one? The blue one?
They randomly made it.
I think it's Finland. I don't know it better, like how they have it. Can you share a flag?
Who is telling? PG degree. What is that?
Is it Norway?
I'm not sure now.
Say Google flags now.
That's America. Yeah.
America and Pakistan.
That's I think that's either Norway or Switzerland.
That's Switzerland.
This is Czech Republic if I'm not wrong. The third one.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
And last one is Belarus.
Belarus and US.
Ah.
She's a smart. Okay.
Okay, sir. Happy New Year's, ma'am.
Then
Yes.
send us somewhere internship and all. Got something, huh?
And what is this?
This is UG program, that is a PG program.
Ah.
Do you want to give a try? So she's a Dine Lakshmi Bai.
Uh-huh.
So you can guess her playlist. She
Playlist?
was a freedom fighter.
Uh-huh.
So like what kind of song she might listen if she would be in like 21st century. So people have guessed Taylor Swift and everything.
Really? Well, I don't think I'm good.
They don't.
Yeah. I'm not good in music.
So you want to guess?
Huh?
You want to write?
Right here, I will write. And it is for 2 days, no? I will come here.
What do you study, guys?
Oh, we started performing arts now.
Hi. So you're also performing?
Yeah, I'm not performing right now because we're having some voltage problem here.
Uh-huh.
But we are the Department of Performing Arts and we have the course of performing arts. We have Western classical music and then we have theatre studies as well.
You made kajal so beautifully.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
Do you want to know more?
I was invited to the Department of
She is a
IR.
professor and she came here as a residence program.
Okay.
So those are the dances, yeah?
Yeah.
What is that? Bharatanatyam?
Those are the mudras and everything.
Ah.
That is our deal. Will.
Yeah? Okay.
And that's the photo booth if you want to try on some props from the theatre department.
Ah. You can. So you guys also dance?
I am from the music department.
Yeah, we are.
You dance, yeah? What do you dance?
I dance a little bit of everything, but mostly Indian classical.
Indian classic like as?
Bharatanatyam, Mohiniyattam.
Ah. Two of them, yeah? Great.